Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today we're going to be reviewing part 4 of the Celestial Toymaker, the final test. Now, this is nice because the final episode of the Celestial Toymaker does survive. The only episode of the serial that survives. And I enjoyed it. I talked about how I like this story's minimalist approach. Again, kind of like the Mind Robber, since it's kind of in this fantasy world, you can get away with that kind of minimalist approach. It has this very dreamlike quality to it. Excuse me. Again, a lot like the Mind Robber. And I'm very fond of the Mind Robber. So I like that about this. Again, I like Michael Goff. I've talked about that in some of the other reviews. I'm a big fan of Michael Goff. He will always be my Alfred. And so it's great to see him in this. I read the Target novel, but it was like back in the 90s, so I only hazily remembered it. It was nice to see that. Hartnell is in good form here. I know he just got back on vacation. He was only in episode 1. He wasn't there in episode 2 and 3, which they cleverly disguised with him being mostly invisible and then not having his voice. But he's great here. He's in fine form. I like his performance, his confidence, the way he tricks the Toymaker at the end. And the way he can impersonate the Toymaker's voice to make it move by, move to move 123. That's clever. My biggest issues? I don't know. I feel like part 4 didn't quite live up to the story. I think I'd been giving it a lot of leeway because they were recons. It's still good, though. I still enjoyed it. I was surprised it went on as long as it did, because it seemed like they basically won the game halfway through the episode, and then the last half of the episode is them realizing the Toymaker kind of has them trapped because he's a sore loser. And if the Doctor makes the final move, the entire world's destroyed, including them if they're still in it, so they're having to find out a way to get around that. I kind of wish the game had went on longer, and then that part had wrapped up a little quicker. I did like the kind of man-child guy, Cecil or whatever his name is, Surreal. I liked him. The actor playing him did a good job because he did kind of come across as this man-child character who likes to play games but doesn't like to lose, which is kind of a reflection of the Toymaker if you think about it. Kind of reminds me of one of the villains from Batman the Animated Series, the one that lost on a game show as a kid and grew up obsessing over that and ended up kidnapping the contestants on the game show and the host, and it reminded me a lot of that episode and of that character. The way he loses by slipping on the little talk or whatever that he put down is a little contrived. One, how did he put it down? Wouldn't the others have noticed him putting it down? 2, how did he suddenly forget he put it down? I mean, he is getting a little excited. I threw a 5, I win. But you figured he would, that'd be on his mind. It just seems a little plot convenient. Also, I wanted to slap Dodo. When he's over there, oh my foot. And she's like, I have to help him. And Steve's like, no, don't help him, you stupid son of a... That's probably what was going through his head. I'm also sitting in the chair going, you stupid. Don't go on with it. I wanted to slap her. If I had been Steven, I'd push you onto the floor. Dodo. Dodo is a dodo. Dodo is a dum-dum. But yeah, I did enjoy part 4. I think it wraps it up pretty well. I do like when the Doctor does the, move to move 123. The little beast gets up and just kind of walks over. That's funny. I liked Michael Goff's performance. And again, being able to actually see it instead of just telesnaps of it, see it, I really enjoyed that. He really comes across as this character, like I mentioned in my review of part 1, who wants to have a fair game. He wants a challenge. He wants to go up against someone else who's, intelligent, so he's not bored. But he wants to have that ace up his sleeve. He always wants the odds in his favor. He always wants to have an advantage over the other person. Even though he wants to be able to beat them and be like, well, you were smart and I beat you, so I must be super smart. And, but he still likes to have all the odds in his favor, which There's plenty of real people out there like that. I've met them. So that's pretty neat. I like his little laugh when he thinks the doctor's trying to control the piece. The first time the doctor says it in his own voice and the piece doesn't move and he just kind of, That was cool. But then when the doctor does it in like the Toymaker's voice, the look on the Toymaker's face when he's like, that's funny. I like that. Although the last shot of the Toymaker when is a little much. That was a little much. Didn't need that. I would have preferred if he was just like, instead that, especially considering the Toymaker himself would survive it. He's immortal. It does a really good job of establishing that he's an immortal character, since we're all pretty sure we're going to see him in the 60th. I like that all of that's established here. Seems like a really good time to watch Celestial Toymaker. I did enjoy the story, as I mentioned in all of the reviews for it. Just overall, I thought it was a fun story. I like when Doctor Who remembers all of the different things the show can do. I mean, when you have a show where you can go anywhere in time and space and other dimensions or parallel dimensions, there's a lot you can do with that. And a lot of times that doesn't get used to its full potential. So I love when it does things like this, when he's in like another world, another dimension, another universe, where rules are different. Things don't work the way they do in our universe. And again, I like that minimalist approach like the Mind Robber. It all comes together well. It's a really well done story for such a small cast. And I like some of the cast because I know the woman who plays in LO as Edith is in it. And I like her a lot because I love LO. So I enjoyed seeing her in a couple episodes. That was really cool. It's a good story. I liked it. Not necessarily essential Doctor Who, but it does something different. And I enjoy that. I enjoy stories that do that. It's one of the reasons I like Ghostlight. It's one of the reasons I like The Mind Robber. They're different. They're unique. So I want to know what you think of Part 4 of the Celestial Toymaker and what you think of Celestial Toymaker as a whole. Comment down below and let me know other things to do. Don't forget to go ahead and click the like button and click that subscribe button. That helps me out. My goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers in 2023. So help me out with that. If you are a big Doctor Who fan that likes my channel, or you know a fellow Doctor Who fan who might, go ahead and pass the word around. I also have a Patreon that helps me keep the bills paid. If you would like to support me on that, there's a link to that down in the description below. I want to give a shout out to some of my top tier patrons, Colin Coney, Dr. Finn Perkins, and Stephen Crane. I appreciate their support, as I do the support of all of my patrons. I also have a P.O. box if there's anything you would like to send me to look at and review, as well as a link to my Amazon wish list, which I update regularly. Most importantly, though, thank you for watching.